Hello, my wonderful friends. Meg is here on a beautiful day. Book club is back. We're starting Legends and Lattes, and we're going to do something special today. We're going to jump into side by side, head up the mountain, and start reading our first chapter. Then we're going to come back. I'm getting all decorated here at the bookshelves for autumn. We got a harvest spice candle, all our little pumpkiny and orange good stuff. I went and bought some hot cocoa, and we'll come back and discuss. But enjoy this beautiful ride up the mountain. I love you guys. Oh my God, guys, is this absolutely beautiful? Did you think reading could be this much fun? You know, we make it fun. And I learned this from my grandma Millie to make things special. So today I'm going to read a chapter of a book, but I turned it into an absolute glorious adventure that reminds me that this life is a gift. This really is heaven on earth. And I hope the camera is capturing the magic of this place as we head up the mountain. I mean, it is the smell of the pine, the birds are singing. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It doesn't even look real. It is so, oh, look at that. It's beautiful. It's heaven. And you know what? We're reading today. You know, you can make anything fun and amazing if you just make it fun and amazing. And, you know, speaking of my grandma Millie, we'd have to go, say, run errands. And she would put a bunch of pillows and blankets in the back of her station wagon. This is in the 70s before seat belts were a thing. And she'd say, we got to go in and pick out 2 candies. And we went to a little store. It was like a stop and go 7-Eleven, one of those. And we go in, and I still can remember getting the candies and the excitement. And then there were farms out around her house. We'd stop and look at the animals. And she made it like a zoo tour and just made it so fun. And I've tried to carry that on. I've tried to do that with my kids, and I hope I'm sharing that with you guys. Maybe you'll carry on this tradition of Grandma Millie and make life special. It doesn't matter if you're running errands or reading a chapter in a book. You can make it an adventure. You can make it fun. All right, guys, we're getting close to the top. I think I'm going to jump out here in a minute, and we'll hike the rest of the way. All right, guys, we made it. My chair at the tippy top. See what I mean, guys? The colors up here are already kind of getting that fall time feel. And then look at this view I have from up here. There's the lake, just on top of the mountain, on top of the world. Perfect day in paradise. And we are back. Oh, guys, I'm so excited about book club. It just feels right. Being in the library amongst my best friend books, hanging out with my wonderful friends. And I got me some hot cocoa and marshmallows. It just doesn't get better than this. And do you know what? I was pleasantly surprised with the first chapter. When I read the first sentence, I got excited. I knew we're onto something good here. And do you know what? I love first sentences. Matter of fact, would you know, be a fun game we could do? I could read the first sentence of different books and see if you can guess what they are. Maybe like books that we did from previous book club books. See if you know this one. The studio was filled with a rich odor of roses. Go to the comments. Let me know if you know what book that was. So listen to the first sentence of this. Viv stood in the morning chill, looking down into the broad valley below. The city of Thun bristled up from a bed of fog that hazed the banks of the river, bisecting it. Here and there, a copper-clad steeple flashed in the sun. I could picture that morning chill, the fog, the sun shining on copper-clad steeples. It just, I could already envision it. And this writing, it's very visual. I love words that I can see. That's what I'm getting from this author. And then I was really happy with the story. So our protagonist, Viv, she's a big, powerful orc. right? She's a warrior, and she's decided she's had enough of that life. She's been traveling around, what did I say, for 22 years, fighting, killing, warring. She wants to settle in one place and have a peaceful life. I love that. So now she sets off on an adventure to find the place for her coffee shop and where she's going to settle down. And I love it's got a little magic in here. She has a witching rod with runes written all over it, and it pulls and tugs her. Was it to her heart's desire? Is that what I was getting from that? It'll take her where she needs to be, the building she needs, the space she's supposed to be at. And then I love, it says after a while, she didn't have to look at the witching rod anymore. Just the feel of the pool was enough. And so she was able to look around at the city, which was a great way. Instead of just an information dump, we're walking, seeing it through her eyes. And she sees stone lanes, cobblestones, temples, taverns, blacksmith, hostels, markets and inns. She talks about the smells, right? The smell that makes up a city: baking bread, waking horses, wet stones, hot metal, floral perfume, poo-poo, and you're seeing it. She describes it beautifully. Like she's looking in between the buildings she's describing, and she could see the blades of a water wheel at the flour mill. So you're picturing the sparkle of the water on the river. You're seeing the buildings, the smells. Beautiful writing. I was pleasantly surprised again. I love that. We're starting to meet some different characters, right? The old woman that's sweeping and her little stoop over and over again just while she's snooping, seeing what Viv's up to. She seems like a character. I hope we see more of her in this book. Oh, I love this. So she finds the guy to buy the building from, and he's surprised that she would be buying like a horse stables because orcs and horses don't get along good. Horses are scared of orcs. And she tells him, no, I'm going to turn it into a coffee shop. And then I actually put a star by this because I think this is beautiful. She says, things don't have to stay as what they started out as. And so it's beautiful, which is she's talking about the building, but isn't that also talking about Viv, right? She started out as a killing machine, and now she wants to be a peaceful coffee shop owner. I mean, that speaks to all of us. You don't have to stay the same if you don't want to. You can be anything you want. Beautiful. I love just little positive things like that. I think it's funny. He didn't know what coffee was. She didn't know what coffee was up till about 6 months ago. Out on one of her adventures, she discovered it and wants to give her life to it. Made me think of the Gilmore Girls a little bit. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I get it. I love my coffee. I'm more of a hot cocoa marshmallow guy, but I do love my coffee. Oh, let's see here. She's settling in for the night. She digs a hole and she buries the Skalvert stone, and then covers it with dirt. And so I'm wondering, well, I think there's going to be more to that stone of what it does. Kind of a little bit of a mystery there. Maybe I'm excited to see what comes of that. And why would she bury it? It must be very valuable. Doesn't want to lose it. She's looking around at her place she just bought, and she's thinking, boy, this is going to take a whole lot of work. But then she says, but at the end of it, something that she built up rather than cut down. She's been destroying her whole life, and this is something she's going to build up, make more beautiful, serve and love others, and even the building. She's going to be serving and loving the building, serving and loving the people with her coffee. And she's going to be really making life instead of death. I think that's really beautiful. And so I was so pleased with this first chapter. I mean, I had the greatest day anyway. Just being up on the mountain, being in nature. Did you see in those pictures, in that video? I hope it captured. It was stunningly beautiful. It's just one of those days I'm going, why is it so beautiful today? Why is it so perfect, right? And then I got my fall time decorations going up on the bookshelves, my cocoa, my books, my dogs in my lap, my wonderful friends. I love book club, and I love, love, love you.